I originally wanted this video to say the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 are 3rd gen AirPods killers, and in some sense they are. They offer an in-ear design with silicone ear tips, punchier bass, a cleaner design, active noise cancellation, all things 3rd gen AirPods don't have at the same $180 launch price. But it's more complicated than that, as the Apple ecosystem plays a massive role in which pair you should get, and some semblance of a OnePlus ecosystem complicates things further. Plus, there's plenty of non-AirPods competitors the Buds Pro 2 would have to beat if they were going to be the best AirPods alternative. So let's talk the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 versus 3rd gen AirPods from the perspective of an Android user. Spoiler alert, even I have to admit there's no clear winner here. Starting with design, the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 sit in a rectangular case that combines sharp and smooth edges, and the earbuds fit into that case on their sides as opposed to by their stems. The general shape of the OnePlus earbuds is a familiar bulb plus stem design with silicone ear tips, and there's a bit of a two-tone thing going on texture-wise with shiny and matte materials. Talking about the 3rd gen AirPods, these guys also have stems that are about the same length as the Buds Pro 2, but they ditched the ear tips in favor of rigid plastic that sits in your ear canal. While I personally prefer an in-ear design with ear tips since that form factor is objectively better with passive noise cancellation, some people consider the AirPods design and fit iconic, and of course they're the most copied earbuds of all time. The AirPods slide into their case via a flip-up lid, and this case has only smooth edges and a glossy texture. That case comes in classic white only, while the OnePlus earbuds come in arbor green and obsidian black. Comfort with both these earbuds is quite comparable as they're great at first, but do strain your ears a bit as the hours roll by. Rounding out the design section by jumping back to the stems, both earbuds have squeeze controls and the play, pause, and next previous controls are the exact same. Getting into audio quality, the AirPods play things safe with a balanced sound signature powered by single drivers and Apple's adaptive EQ. The OnePlus Buds Pro 2 use dual drivers for enhanced low and high end with some tuning from Dynaudio. You may think having more bass and crisp is an advantage over the AirPods, and that is the sound I prefer, but there's plenty of people out there that want a default, inoffensive sound. I'll give Apple credit for bringing a more traditional sound to the table in a way they say adapts to different users' ears. There's no specific complaints here as present mids, detailed highs, and full bass fall into that standard sound signature. Back to the Buds Pro 2, they do sound great, and from my subjective experience with music, YouTube, and podcasts, these are the best earbuds I've ever used. But as far as downsides with the sound go, the high end can occasionally be too harsh, think hi-hats on certain songs, and across the board mids get overpowered pretty easily. I've definitely seen some reviews saying the tuning of these earbuds is a miss for those reasons. There is an app for the Buds Pro 2 called Hey Melody you can use to tweak the earbuds EQ though, and unlock other features OnePlus phones have built in. The Hey Melody app is where you enable personalized audio through OnePlus's Audio ID 2.0. And wrapping up sound quality, as for the audio that's making its way to the earbuds, you can have physically more data coming into the Buds Pro 2 as they support the LHDC codec while the AirPods use older tech. Real quick, I'm going to make a PSA on phone bill prices in partnership with Mint Mobile. Have you ever wondered why your phone bill is so high and where the money you spend goes? Well, it turns out when you use big wireless companies, a good amount goes to running physical carrier stores and expensive advertising campaigns. That's where Mint Mobile comes in, by sticking to bare-bones advertising and removing physical stores to allow you to set up 100% online. Without the middleman, your phone bill can be as low as $15 a month. But you may be wondering how good Mint Mobile's service is at the very low prices. Well, I actually personally used Mint for years before we ever partnered, and I can say it really is the same cell service as the big companies, just at much friendlier prices. They're also built on the nation's largest 5G network, and every pricing tier includes access to that. And lastly, covering setup, you can get started in as little as 15 minutes using eSIM, which the majority of phones these days use. Mint Mobile can also ship you a physical SIM if your phone doesn't support eSIM. So, if you're now convinced to drop your phone bill to as low as $15 a month in as little as 15 minutes, head to trymintmobile.com/JasonR. Until January 1st of 2024, you'll even get 3 months free with any 3-month plan, so definitely act sooner, not later. Let's get back to the video. Both earbuds can support Qi wireless charging, but there's a cheaper 3rd gen AirPods model that doesn't support it, while the Buds Pro 2 always support wireless charging. Honestly, having that option to cut the price a bit is an advantage of the AirPods. I'm not a super heavy earbuds user, so I didn't stress test battery life, but the Buds Pro 2 and AirPods are supposed to get you 9 and 6 hours of no ANC playback, respectively. Also, the AirPods are IPX4 rated for water resistance, and the Buds Pro 2 are IP55 rated for dust and water resistance. Now let's make our way into the most compelling advantage of the OnePlus Buds Pro 2, active noise cancellation. The AirPods have no ANC, and we already talked about how they fit less snugly, so the difference in ability to tune out the outside world here is significant. Every time I'm at the gym or Starbucks or taking the bus home from class, I appreciate the noise cancellation on the OnePlus earbuds that has up to 48 decibels of reduction. In the grand scheme of things, this isn't the best noise cancellation out there. It's quite a bit worse than the 2nd gen AirPods Pros and not even close to the AirPods Max, but it's there and it works to reduce the sounds of the world around you, especially constant droning sounds. But now let's discuss the flip side, where the AirPods offer something the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 lack almost entirely: ecosystem. If you use an iPhone and/or other Apple devices, you'll benefit from automatic pairing, device switching, Find My AirPods, and spatial audio, just to name a few features. Also, despite the footage you're seeing, I have used AirPods with an iPhone to fully test out their features. I just didn't have one available at the time of filming. You could try to punch back at the Apple ecosystem by saying there's some semblance of a OnePlus ecosystem with features like Find My Earbuds and Google Spatial Audio, but those only work if you have a OnePlus phone, which I don't, and really there's nothing like the Apple ecosystem, full stop. As much as it sucks to miss out on the OnePlus only features, I found I wasn't really missing out on the bread and butter of the earbuds experience. Plus there's a few features that work on non-OnePlus phones like Google Fast Pair and multi-point Bluetooth connections. That brings us to a good place to deliver my final thoughts. I went into this process thinking I could make a "These Are Airpods Killers" video based on how good the Buds Pro 2 seemed, in addition to my perception of AirPods as being overpriced. But the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 can't reach their full potential without a OnePlus phone, and they have their flaws even with one too. Also, from using the 3rd gen AirPods with my phone, then an iPhone, I realized I was just missing out on a lot of features offered by the Apple ecosystem, and AirPods aren't that bad of a deal. So that's where the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 and 3rd gen AirPods sit at the end of the day. I was able to scoop up the Buds Pro 2 for $50 less than the launch price and before the US launch date, so I'm holding on to these as I think they're good for me. You can actually get them for only $100 if you get the international version, which I'll link down below. And the AirPods aren't bad at all, but they're not for me. Please go easy on me in the comments if my personal preference/bias was obvious in the video, but subscribe for more quality tech videos, and I'll see you in the next one.